perceive the world equals your power to intend.
Find that faint flush. Find that faint flush upon that cheek. You have what succeeds to be quivering with a lid, averted with the eye for the smile that proves apparent to beside for the you speak. Love. And how does love speak? Uneven to the heart, but as it throbs, and the freak for the bounding pulses and stand still for the aching. While new emotions like strange barges make a long vein channel their disturbing course. Still as the dawn with the dawn, swiftly of a force with this doth speak love, or does it find the voidness of that which it seeks? Sudden for the silence of the reserve, that for the wind, the near eye glistens in the hush, and tear that for the joy. Seems the counterpart to fear, alarm to heap that leap. Rest as it knows of the name that greets, to find a God like guess, this does her speak love. And the proud spirit suddenly groaning for the meek in the heart, grown humble enough for the tender to unnamed, that light flood world with a splinter. Resemblance that for the finding for eyes, and trace all your fair things to one's beloved face. And the shy touch of the hands thrillers to tremble for the looking of the lips, and this would be the more for the dissembling of what you find love to speak. Wild words uttered seem so weak enough for this shrink, the shame, the silence, and this to be the fire glance, strike that glance, and this to be the flashing for high and higher, and lightning, the preceding the mighty earth storm. Deep enough for the soulful stillness in the warm, and passionate enough for the tide sweeping through the throbbing of a vein, between the shores of a kingdom, delight, pain, and embrace that madness for the melting of a bliss, and the convulsive rapture, rapture of the kiss, of this would be the love that speaks. And I don't know how to pronounce this poem. This would be the spoken word, but it did say it. And who heard it anyway? It was the love that was reminiscent of the past, and this would be the only hard-working, work hard, infinite. But I'm not yours, lost in you, for although I long to be for the lost. I cannot live for the noon, for the dust, when it was the snowflake at the steep, for the love me, even to find you still. Spirit beautiful, the brightness of night, when this would be yes, I am for long to be the longest in light. Lost in the light, plunge me deep. Love to climb my senses and love me deaf and blind for the speak. Swept what's left from just the tempest of the love of the temper to decide the rushing wind. I find it gentle and calm on the receiving end. Those that was falling sharp for the even for the day, because that for the knowing how to say it, for the day is long for the be waiting for you for the empty station with me. Find a train parked off at somewhere to track. Leave me and leaving for the hours, because the little drops in the anguish of the fall are running together for the smoke and the roam that and for the looking of a home, for the drifting to be the choking lost heart. May you find a silhouette for the never dissolving the beach. May your eyelids never flooded enough for the empty distance, and don't leave me for the second, my dears, because that moment that you have gone so far for the wandering of mates and all over the earth that you can find me where you ask the question to come back for the living with me here, dying not to be there alone. Who's left with a pause? Silence speaks. Crave your mind for the voice you hear. Silent for the starving and the proud, for over the street for the bread, and you not nourish me, for this be the dawn. Disrupts me all day for the nut, for the hunt, for the liquid, the measure your steps, and hunger for your sleek life. Hands the color for the savage and harvest, and hunger for the pale storms, and your fingernails and one to eat your skin like a whole army. I will eat the sunbeam flaring your lovely body for the sovereign nose of your arrogant face. I want to eat those fleeting shades of your lashes and paste your hunger enough for the sniffing of the twilight. Hunting you for the hard eye, can find a puma for the you could be the bear. Hardly soft enough to find a touch. And the drifting of a lifetime, not one for the possessive and who could be possessed. For that to lay the heart for the young, and anger enough for the dear, for the truth and heart, for the precious as a stone, for the lay it on that cheek, for the hiding of a tear, for the hold it like a crystal for the over you alone, for the gazing in the depth and ice and stone, for the look upon you, love, and you will be blessed enough for the word for the possessing. You can't be quiet. Quiet, storm, open windows, didn't appreciate that creation. Somewhere I never traveled gladly beyond experiencing eyes to find that silence for the most suggestions you define and close to me, for the cannot touch because you aren't near enough for the tear to find slightly enough for the easily unclose me, for the eye to find myself and myself for the finger for the others to petal myself for the spring open mysteriously. The first rose, I wish to be close to me. My life was shut very beautiful. And in the heart fiber and majesty, you can find me everywhere, December.
equals your power to intense. Fragility for the whose detection. Compelled me with the color of his country, rendering death forever with each breath. Breathing, I don't know what it is about you. Closing or opening you, find something. Understanding the voice in the eyes, and you deeper than all the roads, and you can never know the rain. Proceed. The will equals your power to intense. Fragility for the whose detection. Compelled me with the color of his country, rendering death forever with each breath. Breathing, I don't know what it is about you. Closing or opening you, find something. Understanding the voice in the eyes, and you deeper than all the roads, and you can never do the rain. And that rain has reach out, touch, and feel me in a distant place. You can expect that for what was coming from the warrior. Clash of the arms, call, came step, shredding what you didn't hear. Thought it was arms, laid in the sun, rolled like that pain, springtime, climbing pain, around the prize. And this be the dead light falling in the night. You find her out by side. And this be the gazing of strange and bold eye for another, waking of a heart for suddenly. Well, I find that place and find it in grace. She dreamt how I dream and how this coming disturbed soul. Ocean stirred with the wild storm. Find a strife and brought to the bone. A heavenly call to the peace of you. Find a crown in my eye bound. Love, accept that. Not for loving you, for the waiting, not for the waiting for you. For my heart loves you, moving for the cold, for the fire, for the I love you only. You because you can have the one I love for the hate you. Deeply nothing that hating you for the bending. The measure for the change in love for you, but I don't want to see you grinding enough for the genuine like me too. Alright, but it's cool. Raised in my key to the true part. This part of the story I had to make it rhyme for the who's to die, for the who's to find that love, for the die, for because I love you, because I fired the blood. It's late. Participate, what part don't you know? I was known for one day for the waiver of love, tender for the truth. Rain drops and find the tamp and sun, the biggest scoop of the purple breeze. And room in the speech and you find pose, through the fire and grace. Will come with this link for the expressive arms. Who's reach for poise of the head, for the scope of the call for the nose. And it's spoken enough for the shoulder, for the neck, and you pays and pass and discipline. Repassing in the moon for the skies, and delicate enough to change your cloud for the blue. Glimmering sun, yet not, may not come for the girl of a dream. May not pass that world goes by. For this looking into the eyes and feeling the hope and the memory die. Memorial there. Who's the despair? Who's this anyway for the nymph? Doesn't find the undoing of me from fairs unkind for the less the wonderful the nature designed to find that grief in the heart for the joy in my eye for the cause of that for the flame for the never can die for the mouth of wine to find the still oak blend. Elijah leaf for the beauty for the blush and smell that for the rose and love and you'll find your destiny and tending over your will. She wounds like a look, frown, she can kill. Desperate love, hope to redress. Beauty with the rigorous enough to both find an excess. And this to be the saliva of meat. Unhappy arms to find and sees who finds, sees her. For the must love her, maybe must die. Must reply, repel. Take that first line. Expensive enough to be the rhyme pen to the luminous eyes, and expensive enough to be the twins, and find out for the over the sweet name for the nestling of the village. You find upon the page of this and rapping over the reading, for you can find a listener, holding a treasure for the divine. The talisman and maybe the amulet for the warning in such a heart, for this be the measure for the words and syllables, and don't forget enough for the traveling point. Leave your labor and yet, and this be the guardian. Find a knot for which one you might undo, for the to find the stair. Near enough to comprehend the clock for the unwritten for the opponent. We can be the peering in the eyes and single waiting for the live. Eloquent words and speak that now uttering the past from here. Letters are being those naturally lying to me. Man, test that in the centuries will cease to try. Life is a journey with read that riddle for the book. Do suffocating air. Sharp enough for tip is your grand for the war. And I ate to nobody's divine. I don't know enough for the singles and sweetness. More for the most and stores for the dark. Cause your cover, your tiny infinity, the margins of your rivers. And far more for the red, the lips of red. And the lips of the genital. Snow for the white, and the breast of the light. Done enough for the head. Stip to the never for the challenge. Ask that. Precipitate not turn for carnation be though nothing for the light and hell. Perfume enough for the delight. Find it compares her speaking enough for the I can bind. Is rarely known. More pleasing farewell sound for the grant to what was shown. I never saw the goddess go. But I can't call. And I would have answered anyway. He was earnest enough to be the Hemingway. He used to share that whoop's favor. way I was the delicate of the sun will also rise for the months of love. Who will be drifting off into the morning for the love, for the smile, for this to be the jittering in the ref trigger look at falling well and unlined for the certain that brought sense of pleasure, never to trust that day for the day. I could find never to sign that contract, never to drink what you have, the raw that for the pity for what you mean for the discipline, not to the comfort for the marry the man, marry that wife, and never to write that for the scratching of the hive, and never to put that paper under seat for the believe that war. Keep yourself proclaiming need for the marrying of a whore who is paid back for the black man. Never to go too low for the trusting of the publishing, never what you sleep in the straw for the friends who leave you, and never to lie for the clarification for the holes in the life of the home whom you find the joy in the sky. I find that obliterated, scratch your high paper on your seat for the blue you for the king, cut, perishing. Darker well crept through my melody for tell tinkle I find tinkle bell stars over sprinkle heaven seems to twinkle like a crystalline keeping time sort of running away with a rhyme tend to be musically well bells jingle. This is the tinkling of the vote you find a golden happiness, harmony for the foretelling of the root you blame in the air of the night for the bringing of the delight of the molding and finding notes and this be all in tune. What a liquid flow for the you to be the listening and wherever you glow the night for the moon for the you sounding the cell from the sounding and what you can find in symphony for the how it swells enough for the dwelling of the future for the how it tells the rapture but enough for the impelling and swinging enough for the ringing rhyming enough for the chiming loud enough for the alarm. Who's the start of that for the terror? Turbulent but enough for the scream, for the fright enough for the beat horrified. Shriek that for the tune, for the duty, the clamors of the pitting, for the mercy of the fire, for the exploding of the what you define death of the frantic. Enough to be desperate for the desire, resolute for the really low I can find a pale face me. Who's the tale for the despair, playing that for the rule. Horde enough for the outpour, for the blossoming of the precipitation, for the fine twanging, the tweet, for the danger, for the ebbs and flows in the ear, distinctly enough for the fine tell, for the jangling and the wrangling, over the danger for the distinct and swell. Swelling enough for the anger for the bell, for the duke of running, clinging, I can find the toll. Silence of the night, shiver for the fright, a melancholy dance, or with the tone for the even the finest sound that floats and rustling over your throat for the groan. Who's that people for the dwelling of the fifth and the steeple, the alone for the toiling, for the root to define muffled, for the monotone, for the feeling of glory, the rolling over the human heart for the stone. There's nothing from the neither or man or I can find a gold, or a soul for the king, for who's to find a toll. A man for that to find the bell for the ring, running me over the rhyme for the bells, to define that for the civilization, for the, you can find the rolling of the I can never be the moaning, for the groaning over the morning. It was soothing. Saturated in the poem. This will be the decorated for who's to find a groom. Who's the doom? Who's to find a materialist? Who's the bad for trick that for the tryout? Who's the acrobatic? Who's the 90 for the chic and balancer? And that for the guy gentle enough for the delicate dance. I speak that for the will for the godly for the coming correct across that for the air for step that sultry hung dead center attract act like you wait drop all about her comments to find a swing. This will be the girl. This will be the lunging and the when I find a menace and over the pinning up of the ducking of the whirl and over the each braid limb you find a tough sting done crude curl. This will be the glass girl. Find safe home, turning, wave, train, your eyes grinning, clown, she, find a bullet, get back to the town for the thunder, running like a lion, who's telling the truth, but the lumbering over, moving, who can make, who can take, who can break beats, fall like I can never tell, who's the crash and after the beneath that hill, native for the land behind, swiftly enough to tell the fortune of the pace, and this to find us in every place I can find a mass to be firm.
You hold that confidence is the line of no matter what you shallow and how deep blue season, rather but not it be hiding from you, blustering over the shore for the sinking that you. You hold that confidence is the line of no matter what you shallow and how deep blue season, rather but not it be hiding from you, blustering over the shore for the sinking that you. Sea was hiding for sure. It will come to the light. it will travel, alternating your plane, himself to gain, what's to be free. Dreamers dream they never find a strong land, song and find a conniving you will be the scheme, crashing if a one above.
Let my land be the liberty for the or the opportunity to be sovereign, for that my life is freed enough for the equality as I breathe. Who's to draw that veil across your sky, stars? Who find that nigga for the bearing of the slavery scar? Driven for the land, maybe the same stupid plan enough to find the money crushed that week. Ancient endless chain. Who's the game for the grabbing, or what you could take to pay for everyone's own greed? Who's to find that farm? Who sold that machine for who's to find the food to grow, for the deliver the servant, for the older people, for the humble, for the hungry? I find a desperate dream. I'm that man that never got ahead, for who's to be the hard and battle for through the years of this be the dream for the over the basic dream for the still to find a king. It was a dream not so strong enough for the brave to be true, for who to find the truth and divine and what you can see in the song, and every fervor the turning over what you can sell overseas, and this is meant to be home. Stranded, but I built that home. Who's to say it be the millions who shot down for what you could strike for the song we sang, and I find and held in what you were home. Nothing enough to pay the price for it, except that for the dream was dead today. I ain't yet meant to be the only will was the mention for the death, for the blood, for the faith, the pain, for the who's to found that, for the frequent enough for the plowing of the rain, for the dispute, bring it back the mighty dream again, for who's to find that stealing, for the over the shame, the dead that stain, the drain, leeches yo, for the people lie, take back for the land again. Who's to say it plain enough for the swearing of you? Who wanna have an oath, this to be the gangster of death, for the rot, death, for the grief, for the breath, for the lies? Who's the people to redeem that for the land? You plant the river for the mountain, the endless plain, enough for the stretch the sight. Who's to state it again? Who's to make it plan? Who's to live in the planet? I'm going down to my plan for the house, and this will remain unspoiled. For your table, a chair, if I can't stand you. Myself with the portion of the year, I handle that for the nothing to set the eyes on you. You'll find the passion enough to use you throughout for the depth for you to be the norm or storm, but yet this shall I dream. Who bought that for the painted chest? Nor for the areola or the devil, or destroy that for the cutting down your ash. Shades of road to setting up your short enough a life.